Have you ever felt like he's into you, but something keeps him from saying it out loud? One moment, he's all over you with attention. The next, he pulls away like nothing ever happened. That's not rejection. That's resistance. And today I'm going to show you the 10 undeniable signs he's fighting his feelings for you. I'm Faisal, and after years of studying relationship psychology, I've learned that people rarely hide attraction perfectly. When a man is battling his emotions, his subconscious leaks the truth through his behavior, in his words, his body language, and even in the way he treats you when no one's watching. In this video, we'll break down the 10 most powerful signs he's secretly drawn to you, but scared to admit it. I'll explain the psychology behind each sign, give you real-life examples, and most importantly, I'll show you what it means for you and how to respond with clarity and confidence. So, if you've ever wondered, is he really interested or am I just imagining it? Stay with me. By the end, you'll know exactly what's going on inside his head, and maybe even inside his heart. Sign number 1. Push and pull, hot then cold. One of the clearest signs a man is fighting his feelings for you is this. He pulls you close one moment, then pushes you away the next. Psychologists call this the approach-avoidance conflict. Here's what's happening in his mind. Attraction pulls him toward you, but fear of rejection, vulnerability, or even past heartbreak pushes him back. It's like he's standing on the edge of a cliff, wanting to jump into connection, but terrified of what happens if he falls. You'll notice it in his behavior. Maybe he's texting you late at night with deep conversations, making you feel like you're the only person he trusts. Then suddenly, he goes silent for days or acts distant in person. He might plan something with you, then cancel, only to circle back later with an excuse and a smile. This hot and cold pattern isn't about you doing something wrong. It's about his inner battle. He wants to be close, but his fear makes him retreat. So what should you do? Don't chase when he pulls away. That only feeds the cycle. Instead, stay calm and consistent with your own boundaries. You might even gently call it out. I notice you get close, then step back. Is everything okay? A man who's truly fighting his feelings will feel both relief and fear in that moment. But your clarity helps him face what's really going on. Sign number 2. Teasing and sarcasm. That hides affection. Another sure sign he's fighting his feelings for you is when his affection comes wrapped in sarcasm, jokes, or playful teasing. Psychologically, this is a defense mechanism. Humor gives him cover. It lets him express closeness without the risk of being exposed. By joking with you, he keeps things light on the surface while secretly testing the waters underneath. Think about it. Maybe he teases you about how long it takes you to get ready, or laughs at your obsession with a certain TV show. But then, he remembers your favorite snack, or makes sure you don't miss an episode. The teasing masks what he doesn't want to say directly. I like you. I care. The truth is, men who are conflicted often use humor as emotional armor. It feels safer to throw a joke than to throw their heart out into the open. But here's the key. Pay attention to the difference between warm teasing and cut-in sarcasm. If the jokes make you smile and feel seen, that's attraction hiding under humor. But if the sarcasm stings or feels disrespectful, that's not affection. That's immaturity. So, how should you respond? Match his light banter, but don't let it be the only form of connection. If you notice his actions backing up his jokes, like caring for you after the tease, That's when you know his feelings are real, even if he's not ready to admit them. Sign number 3, subtle jealousy. He tries to hide. One of the most revealing signs a man is fighting his feelings is the way he handles jealousy. He won't come right out and say, "I don't like you talking to other guys," because that would expose how much he cares. Instead, the jealousy slips out in small, subtle ways. Psychologically, jealousy is what we call an emotional leak. Even when someone tries to suppress it, the truth shows through micro-expressions, tone of voice, and body language. He may want to appear indifferent, but the emotions betray him. Here's what to look for. Maybe you casually mention a male friend or coworker, and his voice shifts ever so slightly. He'll say something like, "Oh, that's cool," but his jaw tightens or he suddenly changes the subject. Or he might ask you extra questions about who you were with, while pretending it's no big deal. The key here is not mistaking curiosity for control. A man fighting his feelings shows jealousy in a quiet, restrained way, not in a possessive, demanding way. If he respects your independence but can't help the little flicker of discomfort, that's a strong sign of hidden attachment. So how should you respond? Don't use jealousy as a game. That only creates distance. Instead, notice it. Acknowledge his interest in a subtle way, and let your own boundaries guide the conversation. If his jealousy feels caring and controlled, it's a clue his heart is involved. If it feels controlling or hostile, that's a red flag. Sign number 4, he remembers tiny details. One of the strongest clues that a man is secretly invested in you is how well he remembers the little things you say. From a psychology perspective, this happens because of emotional salience. Our brains prioritize and store details connected to strong emotions. So if he's fighting feelings, his mind will naturally hold on to your words, even when he pretends not to care. Here's what it looks like. You casually mention that you hate cold coffee, and weeks later he shows up with a fresh hot one without you asking. Or you share a random story about a childhood memory, and months later he brings it up at the perfect moment. This isn't just good memory, it's selective attention. He may forget what other people told him yesterday, but the things you say stick because they matter to him. And here's the beautiful part. Remembering small details is often safer for him than confessing outright feelings. It's his way of showing you're on his mind without exposing himself to rejection. So, how should you respond? Notice it, appreciate it. A simple, "You remembered that?" can open a deeper emotional space. If he's truly fighting his feelings, that acknowledgement might both scare him a little and encourage him at the same time. Sign number 5, protectiveness in subtle ways. Another powerful sign he's fighting his feelings is the quiet, almost instinctive ways he tries to protect you. In psychology, we call this the caregiving impulse. When a man feels connected to someone, his brain wires him to ensure her safety and comfort, even when he doesn't consciously want to show affection. Watch closely. Maybe he insists on walking you to your car, even when you say you're fine. He checks to make sure you got home safely after a late night. Or he subtly positions himself between you and a crowded street without making it obvious. These aren't grand romantic gestures. They're small, protective instincts slipping through. The tricky part, he'll usually downplay it. If you thank him, he'll laugh it off or say, "It's nothing." But it's not nothing. His subconscious is revealing where his heart is leaning. Now here's the key difference. Healthy protectiveness feels supportive, not suffocating. If he respects your independence while still showing care, that's attraction struggling to stay hidden. But if he uses protection as an excuse for control, that's not love. That's a red flag. So, what should you do? Accept the kindness with grace. A simple smile or "thanks, I appreciate that" goes a long way. If he's fighting feelings, those small acknowledgments will hit him harder than you think. Sign number 6. He avoids labels but invests time. One of the clearest signs a man is battling his emotions is when his actions speak louder than his words. He'll pour time and energy into you, but the moment you bring up labels, he shuts down. Psychologically, this comes from commitment anxiety. He feels deeply drawn to you, but the idea of saying it out loud, of defining the relationship, makes him feel exposed. So instead, he invests through his actions. Spending weekends with you, canceling other plans just to be around, checking in regularly, even sharing parts of his personal life. But when the conversation shifts to, "So, what are we?" he freezes, deflects, or changes the subject. It's not that he doesn't feel something, it's that admitting it would force him to face vulnerability he's not ready for. Here's what you need to remember. Consistency is the real truth. A man fighting his feelings may run from labels, but he doesn't run from you. If he keeps showing up in your life in meaningful ways, that's his heart working against his fear. So, how should you handle it? Don't pressure him into a label too soon, but don't ignore your needs either. If you're ready for clarity, you can say, "I enjoy what we have. Where do you see it going?" A man who's truly invested may hesitate, but eventually he'll face the truth. A man who isn't will keep dodging forever. Sign number 7. Nervousness. He gets clumsy or stumbles over words. A subtle but very telling sign he's fighting his feelings is nervous behavior around you. Psychologists call this physiological arousal. Your body reacts to attraction even when your mind wants to stay guarded. You might notice he fidgets, knocks things over, laughs awkwardly, or stumbles over words when he's talking to you. His voice may crack, he may avoid direct eye contact, or his hands might tremble slightly. These small subconscious cues show that his mind is in conflict. He wants to impress and connect, but his fear makes him clumsy. Here's the important thing. Nervousness is different from disinterest or rudeness. It's a sign he cares deeply, even if he's trying to hide it. So what should you do? Respond with warmth and patience. A reassuring smile, a light-hearted comment, or just giving him space to settle can help him feel safe enough to express himself. Men who are fighting feelings often need this quiet encouragement to let their true emotions show. Sign number 8. He mirrors you, subconscious, imitation. Another sign a man is secretly fighting his feelings is when he starts mirroring your behavior, often without realizing it. In psychology, this is called mirroring, and it's a subconscious way humans bond. When someone likes or feels connected to you, they naturally imitate your gestures, speech patterns, or even your energy. It's their mind's way of saying, "I want to be like you. I'm in sync with you." You might notice him repeating certain phrases you use, matching your posture, or even ordering the same meal as you did. Maybe he laughs at the same moments, tilts his head the same way, or starts humming a song you like. These are subtle but powerful signals that he's paying attention and emotionally attuned to you. Here's the key. Mirroring shows interest and emotional alignment. even if he avoids saying it directly. It's his way of expressing connection while he fights the fear of exposing himself. So, what should you do? Notice it, appreciate it, and respond naturally. Mirroring is often a silent invitation, a cue that he's emotionally engaged and deep down wants you to feel the same connection. Sign number 9. He's protective of your emotions, checks in. Another unmistakable sign that a man is fighting his feelings is the way he watches over your emotional well-being. Psychologically, this is called emotional attunement. When someone cares for you, even secretly, they pay attention not just to your actions, but to your moods and feelings. A man who's struggling with his attraction may go out of his way to check in after a rough day, offer support when he senses stress, or make sure you feel safe and understood, all while keeping his own emotions guarded. For example, he might send you a text like, "Hope your meeting went well. How are you feeling?" Or notice subtle signs of stress and respond with thoughtfulness. He's not just being polite, he's showing subconscious care. Here's the important part. True emotional protectiveness is supportive, not controlling. A man who respects your boundaries while showing concern is often battling his own fears of vulnerability, but his actions reveal genuine attachment. So, how should you respond? Let him in a little. Open up honestly and see if he reciprocates consistently. Men fighting their feelings often need subtle encouragement to allow their emotions to surface. This is one of the clearest windows into what's really in his heart. Sign number 10, he chooses private intimacy over public feeling. The final sign that a man is fighting his feelings is his preference for private connection over public displays of affection. Psychologically, this stems from fear of social vulnerability. He may deeply care for you, but the thought of showing it openly, holding hands in public, posting about you on social media, or declaring his feelings, makes him feel exposed. Instead, he invests in intimate, private moments where he feels safe to express himself without risking judgment or rejection. You might notice he enjoys late-night talks, private walks, or quiet one-on-one hangouts. He might avoid grand romantic gestures in public, but he's fully present and attentive when it's just the two of you. These private moments are often where his true feelings shine. Here's what to do. Respect his pace. Private intimacy can be far more revealing than public declarations. If he's consistent in creating these moments, it's a strong sign of emotional investment. However, if he refuses to ever acknowledge you publicly over a long period, that's a boundary worth discussing. Clarity is key for your emotional safety. Red flags. Not fighting feelings. Before we wrap up, it's important to distinguish true attraction from behaviors that only look like fighting feelings. Some actions can be confusing but aren't signs of hidden affection. Breadcrumbing. He gives tiny attention here and there but never invests emotionally. Gaslighting or manipulation. Twisting reality to control your perception or emotions. Extreme hot and cold swings used as punishment. Pulling away to test or hurt you. Avoiding support during important moments. Real feelings show up when it matters most. Remember, consistency, respect, and genuine care are the hallmarks of real interest. Anything else is a red flag, not a sign of secret love. Let's recap. Men fighting their feelings show it through subtle patterns. Push-pull behavior, teasing, selective jealousy, remembering details, emotional protectiveness, investing time without labels, nervousness, mirroring, checking in on your emotions, and prioritizing private intimacy. Here's what to do with this knowledge. Number 1. Observe consistency. One-off gestures don't equal commitment. Number 2. Test reciprocity. Open up a little, see if he responds in kind. Number 3. Set healthy boundaries. Protect your emotional energy. Number 4. Ask for clarity when needed. It's okay to know where you stand. Using these steps, you can see past the mixed signals and understand what his actions really mean. If you recognized any of these signs in someone in your life, comment the number below. I'd love to hear your stories. Hit like if this video helped you decode mixed signals, and subscribe for more insights into love, psychology, and relationships.